The story starts excellent. A certificate of surrender from the Principality of Sidate, and expansion of territory beyond the Harlech iron mines. Even my late father couldn't achieve this, though it was his most ardent wish. You've done well, Margrave Cladinae. I enjoyed thinking about how to best reward you. I believe your heir had been unable to marry due to the war, though he came of age a few years ago? The crown should rightfully compensate him for this tragedy. How old did you say he was? Well, Aerik has turned 24 this year, Your Majesty. Ah, that's just perfect. Yes, I'll give him my beloved sister's hand in marriage. No one has ever seen the princess before. Everything about her has been shrouded in mystery. I thought she passed a long time ago. And yet, he wants her to marry my son. I assume this is your first time seeing the princess, since you live so far from the capital. Creek, she is the princess of the kingdom of Esquilra, and my dear sister, whom I treasure above all else. Misa Esquilra. I'm afraid she's a little shy. Misa, come here. Totter totter flop, she can be rather unsteady on her feet. Please be patient with her. Smirk, get up, Misa. Come on, now. It's an honor to be in your noble presence, Your Highness. This is the princess. I, too, swear to do my utmost to cherish this privilege Your Majesty has seen fit to bestow upon me. Well, why don't you go see her from up close? She is your future wife, after all. Flick step halt, it is my honor to serve you, Your Highness. Yunk Misa, that's no way to greet your husband. Come here. Flick dash, please excuse her lack of manners. Pet, you should apologize, Misa. Arf. Behind Her Highness's smile, clip-clop, the long war was finally over. It was the House of Cladinae that led the kingdom to victory. However, this fact displeased the king, which must have led him to arrange this marriage. We've shown him nothing but unwavering loyalty for years, and this is how he rewards us? Slam, I can't refuse an order from the king. The wedding is inevitable. Although it'll be a loveless marriage, all I need to do is continue to focus on my duties as the heir to the House of Cladinae. Then what about the engagement with the House of Crispin? Aerik's cousin Aerik Cladinae, isn't it obvious? The engagement is off, of course. That tyrant just wishes to wreak havoc on every aspect of our lives. I don't understand how you can be so calm. Taliesa. Poor, I beg your pardon? The princess cannot be left alone to sleep, my lady. As you saw, there is a passageway that connects the bedrooms, Lady Cladinae. The princess is crippled and extremely fragile. What if she accidentally falls and hurts herself during the night? His Majesty would be furious. Then I'll send a maid to clench my goodness. A maid? Are you seriously going to rely on a common maid to escort Her Highness? Lady Cladinae. If His Majesty knew about this, he'd be enraged. Glare, essentially, they mean to say that my son should wait on her hand and foot. How dare they disparage the heir to the House of Cladinae? Gulp gulp. Though the night was filled with rage and anguish for some, Aerik remained calm as always. And finally, it was the wedding day. Clip-clop, upon hearing about the marriage between a victorious knight and a noble princess, smiles appeared on faces that had been worn haggard by the war. Perhaps their excitement should have been expected. Our marriage would seem like a fairy tale to those who don't know the truth. We're finally going to see the princess. Whisper, I wonder what she looks like now. From what I've heard, flinch shoe, the Margrave is here, Margrave Cladinae. What is it? It seems His Majesty will unfortunately be unable to attend the wedding. Whisper, what? But I've been informed that the princess has arrived safely. Clench, so he wants to make us look like fools until the end. TSK. Turn, the ceremony will now begin shortly. Esteemed guests, please be seated. Will the groom please come forth and stand at the altar? Creak, the princess will now join us. My goodness, murmur, is there something wrong with her? Murmur, it's almost as if she's drunk. Whisper, she can't even walk properly. The groom, Aerik Cladinae, and the bride, Misa Esquilra, are now united as one in holy matrimony in the eyes of the goddess. You may now kiss the bride. You must be cautious not to hurt the princess on your wedding night, my lord. I will come by tomorrow morning to collect the evidence that proves you have fulfilled your marital duties. I understand. Creak step step Princess Misa, did they use a sedative on her? That's enough to tranquilize a horse. How could they do this to someone so fragile? Even hostages of war aren't treated like this. No one would dare to mistreat the princess this badly, unless they were ordered by the king himself. Unbelievable. You must be cold. I'll untie you immediately, Your Highness. You're freezing. Are you all right? Of course she's not. Those ropes on her wrists must be hurting her. I'll undo the bindings around your wrists as well. She must have been tied up for a long time. Her fingertips are purple. At this rate, she might. It looks like I have no other choice. Your Highness, I wonder how much she can understand, but it doesn't feel right not to tell her what's going on. Winters at the outskirts of the kingdom are cold. Frostbite usually occurs at the tips of the body, which makes it important for blood circulation to properly reach. Her colors returned. She must be feeling a little better. She'll fully recover once she's had a good night's sleep. Now, I must make up something to prove our consummation. What can I use? Good morning, my lord. This is proof of our consummation. I will send it to a hierarch. Please excuse us to help Her Highness get ready, my lord. Wait. Her Highness is still asleep. Come back at another time. Of course, my lord. We'll make our leave then. That's not food, Your Highness. You must be hungry. Please wait a moment. Your Highness. Please, try this instead. I'm glad you like it. Master Aerik has returned, with Her Royal Highness. I see. So, it has come to this, go rest up first. You must be tired. Your Highness. That's dangerous. Please, come down. You mustn't go up there, Your Highness. TSK. Allow me to take care of the princess. You must rest, my lord. No, it's fine. The two of you can't be used to such long travel. Please unpack and rest, I insist. Yes, my lord. We thank you for your kindness. Butler. Yes, young master. Her Highness is now a member of our house. Take special care when you attend to her, as she has trouble walking. Yes, sir. I'll make sure to provide her with every consideration. I'll help Her Highness while she dines. You may return to your rooms. But Her Highness tends to cause more trouble during meals. My lord, is there any kind of food Her Highness particularly likes or dislikes? No, she isn't very picky. Would you like to try, Your Highness? On. Ugh. Your Highness, please calm down. Was the food not to your liking? Yeah. Wah. It seems like Her Highness needs to take a bath. Yes, my lord. No need to keep her alive for long. If we kill her, we all die. In the kingdom of Esquilra, there were 3 houses that were called the 3 pillars of the kingdom. The house of Salakes, which kept the kingdom's internal affairs stable. The house of Crispin, which kept the kingdom's public order and security. And the house of Cladinae, which protected the kingdom from external threats. Each of the 3 houses had a powerful influence over the kingdom's affairs and military power. The previous king of Esquilra had 3 queens from each house, the child born from the first queen, the daughter of Duke Salakes. Infinity was Burmalik II. The tyrant King Burmalik ignored his duties as king and oppressed the land with violence instead. And under the pretense of protecting the authority of the crown, he massacred the house of Salakes, his own mother's family. Still not satisfied, the king persecuted the remaining 2 houses as well. Unable to bear his abuse any further, the 2 houses decided to unite, by furtively setting up an engagement between the heirs to the houses so they could launch a coup the moment the war ended. However, things didn't go according to plan. The House of Cladinae, who were undisputable heroes of the war, won the favor of the people of the kingdom, who were exhausted from long years of vicious tyranny. The king decided to take action against this threat to his power. Not only is she insane, tell everyone outside to leave us. Yes, my lady. But she can't even feed her self. They say she was as sane as anyone once. She went mad after seeing the people of the kingdom slaughtered at her brother's hands. Have a heart. Do you think we're in a position to pity her? Just this morning, a few of our vassals spoke of replacing you with Aerik as the heir. They said if Marquis Crispin wishes for his daughter to marry the heir to House Cladinae, then a new heir could simply be appointed. Do you have any idea what this means? That madwoman has endangered where you stand. Is Archduke Cargale still reluctant to join us? TSK. That feeble-minded coward is useless. It's as if they ripped out his common sense as well when they took his masculinity. Archduke Cargale, the king's younger cousin. Aside from the princess, he is currently the sole surviving member of the royal family, which made him essential to give the coup legitimacy. But after he became unable to sire any children due to an unfortunate accident, he became a recluse, and rarely ventured outside his mansion these days. Damn it. Everything's going wrong. It's all ruined. Damn it, damn it. TSK. He can't even control his own temper. What do you think, Aerik? About uniting the two houses through marriage? I think it was a doomed effort from the beginning. There's no need to cause a scene with a wedding when the king is already on his guard against us. Well, succession to the throne remains undetermined, and it'll take years to persuade the other nobles. The daughter of a prominent marquis won't be able to stay single for that long. I completely agree. Perhaps his years on the battlefield have stripped him of his political thinking. How can he not see something that even you, at your young age, can understand? And even suggest harming that child? We should wait and keep an eye on things for now. Speaking of, it's wise of you not to do something that might irk those maids, but you mustn't show any affection towards that child. There is nothing flimsier than the affection of a man. You may be my son, but I doubt you are any different. If you intend on taking away your kindness in the future, refrain from giving her any hope in the first place. Do not cause that poor child any further pain. Does mother think I would be better off without the princess as well? But, hurry up and get on the bed, you. Do as I say, you nitwit. Now. What's gotten into her today? Why won't she stay still? She must be energetic from all that food they gave her. By the way, did you see the look on their faces? Of course. Unbelievable, aren't they? To think you seem to be serving your mistress well. Why, young master? I only overheard a little behind the door. I'll take care of her now. But that was enough for me to imagine how life must have been for her up until now. You may retire to your rooms for today. We'll return in the morning, my lord. It seems like you're in a good mood today, my lady. We're currently in a mansion at the capital. From now on, you'll be staying between here and our estate, the Cladis area. I hope you'll find it to your liking. If there was anything uncomfortable with your stay here, I thought she was making eye contact when I walked in, but it seems she's already lost interest in me. More importantly, does the princess have no other clothes than these? They look like prison uniform. For PU. My lady, you should not spit on others' faces. Please go ahead and rest. I shall join you once I finish my work. What was I thinking? Feel free to call me if there's anything you need. I hope you got some rest last night, my lady. I suspect you must be still adjusting to this new environment. Arg, she looks somewhat more tired than usual. She seemed fine yesterday. You may not have much of an appetite, but you need to eat for energy. You should at least finish this. The last few days since the princess arrived had been hectic. The atmosphere around the mansion also changed since Aerik married the princess. "Good day, Captain." A heavy air surrounded the place, as if everyone had something to say, but were holding their tongue. "Why are you all standing there idly? Have you already finished your training for the day?" "And no, sir." Margrave Cladinae eventually stopped having meals with the rest of his family. "The mere sight of her makes me lose my appetite." Which irritated Lady Cladinae, who was displeased by her husband's lack of control over his emotions. The vassals who served the house of Cladinae also seemed at a loss by this new turn of events. However, no one blatantly expressed discontent to Aerik, who stood in the midst of it all, because he was just as calm and collected as always, as if nothing had changed. "Where is Mistress Cladinae?" "She was wandering around the mansion this morning, and she's currently in the maids' working area." "Again? She must be really comfortable on that pile. She slept all day without waking up once. All those clothes must make a soft mattress. But is it really okay for her to lie there? We have washed them, but they're still worn by us. Look at how her hair sparkles. The finest silver would seem like dull tin compared to her locks. You know, I once saw a cat that looks just like her. Its fur was the purest white I ever saw. It must have been so adorable." Knock knocka. "Why, young master? You've arrived. Are Mistress Cladinae's 2 maids away again?" "Why yes, my lord. We've been taking care of the mistress in their stead. We've asked the butler to inform Lady Cladinae that the mistress is here with us." "Good. The floor seemed too cold and hard, so we laid her on top of our clothes. You may get back to work. I'll take care of her now." Wah. Arg. Nia. Please wait for me to put you down, my lady. You'll hurt yourself." Naff. During the past few days I've watched the princess. I've realized that she doesn't seem to like me very much. It almost feels as if, it feels as if she only thinks of me as a means of transportation. A piece of string. Oh, I didn't mean to startle you. Please allow me to remove the piece of string on your hair, my lady. Did I startle her that badly? You know, I once saw a cat that looked just like her. Its fur was the purest white I ever saw. Malika, deal the maids from the palace. Judging by the way they leave their princess up to our maids almost every day, and how they constantly go outside, it's clear they're planning something. Sigh. There's also the problem of feeding the people on our estate. There's too much to think about, and one more thing on top of that. To young Master Cladinae. After sending someone to tail him as you requested that day, I received confirmation that they met in that house at the outskirts of the city yesterday night as well. That barmaid and Margrave Cladinae. Back when father suddenly suggested my engagement with the House of Crispin, I was the only one who thought it strange. At first glance, his proposal seemed perfectly natural. It made perfect sense to the vassals and the knights of the House of Cladinae. But for some reason, I couldn't shake off a feeling that there was something odd about all this. So ever since that day, I kept an eye on father's doings. And, around that time, I found out that a barmaid was frequenting father's sleeping quarters. It was the first time I had ever seen father fail to live up to moral standards. Even though I was disappointed, I didn't bother making it into an issue, since trying to survive while fighting on the front lines was more important. I investigated the woman, in case someone had put her up to the job, but I found nothing, and in the end, I decided to turn a blind eye to the entire incident. But after the war, father brought the barmaid with him all the way here, even forcing Sir Kelvinig, his right-hand man, to take her on as his second wife. He was that devoted to her. I had no choice but to send a discreet letter describing what had happened, along with evidence of his misdoings. And today, I received her answer from her head maid Edile. Lady Cladinae does not wish to be bothered with any further reports on this matter. Let others have him. He's old and wasted now. In fact, I'm relieved I don't have to dine with him every evening anymore. Those were Lady Cladinae's words. If the woman was a noble, it would have been easy to track her down, but it's been difficult, since she doesn't seem to have made any contact with her employer. Even that house at the outskirts of the city has no other visitors than Sir Kelvinig. Flutter sigh, there doesn't seem to be any new information. Lean, to be honest, I wasn't surprised upon hearing how Mother reacted. Even I could tell that they were business partners at best from the very beginning. So perhaps it's natural that rustle, behind Her Highness's smiles. Did I wake you? Limp, why don't you go back to sleep? Is there something you need, my lady? Limp, my lady? Pat. Hop at knee, fumble. Is this what you want to see? I doubt you'll find it interesting, Grab, seeing the princess suddenly come up to me like this. Ryup, after how she had avoided me in the past, felt oddly pleasant. Ryup, I hadn't given much thought about our marriage, due to all the unexpected happenings and my hostility towards the king, but now that I realized I would spend the rest of my life with this woman, a new emotion rose up within me. When I first learned the concept of chivalry as a child, the word always invoked a sense of responsibility and a swell of pride in my heart. But when I learned more about reality, my innocent admiration for the concept was shattered in an instant. No matter how nicely it was packaged, it essentially meant that I was no more than a means to breed future heirs and solidify our house through the Cladinae bloodline. That's why it didn't matter to me who my future wife would be. I didn't care if she was someone who grinned vapidly while ripping up paper like this. To be exact, I think I stopped expecting anything to come of my relationship with women, the day I realized my position and responsibility as the heir to the house. Misa. Stop. Fwish, no, my lady. You can't rip this up. I won't let you, even if you beg me. I haven't finished reading it yet. Nay, stare air. Iwa. My answer is still no. Chirp, it'll be March soon, my lady. Should I have the servants prepare a big brazier in the greenhouse at the next recitation? Since it has been a bit chillier than last year, and, slow down, princess. Oh my. Flop, it seems the princess has arrived. Snore, glance, that's strange. I thought the princess was always with the house's maids. I didn't expect her to come to me today. Why, my lady? The princess? You make it sound as if you don't consider her part of your family. Is that so? I'm afraid I don't know how to address her yet. I've been living on the outskirts of the kingdom for so long that I'm not familiar with the palace's customs. How do you think I should call her, Lady Deal? I'm not sure. I thought as much. I did some research on that, my lady. They're making no effort to get along with me, let alone be of any help at all. And there seems to have been a similar case 3 generations ago. The head of the House of Edbard called the princess by her name. And the young master of the house called her my lady as well. Then shall I try calling the princess by her name as well? I heard your name was Misa, princess. Misa? Jolt. Grin, oh my. It seems that the princess has deigned to grant me the honor of calling her by her name. Flop, Misa. What a lovely name it is. She seems to like you, Lady Cladinae. Might I ask you to take care of her until dinner? Yes, of course. You may go and rest. Yes, all right, then. Sigh, it seems this won't be easy. Even the way we call her might be something they find fault with. I heard that Lady Deal lazes around all day, but somehow manages to make sure to give the princess regular baths. And Lady Malika often can't be found inside the mansion at all. There must be a reason why they're showing such a blatant lack of effort. It seems for now, we have no choice but to go along with whatever they say. The problem is, we have no idea what they might attempt to accuse us of. Yes, that's what worries me as well. Sigh, Edile. Yes, my lady? Could you go? Ache, and bring me my migraine medication? It'll be in my room. Behind Her Highness's smiles. This is the medicine she usually takes, right? Yes, I brought the bottle she puts next to her bed. Good work. Turn, my lady. I brought the migraine medication. I'll leave it here for now. That's odd. Lady Cladinae normally wouldn't let someone sleep against her legs like that. Are you all right, my lady? Would you like me to call the doctor and this child? You said she was 20? Yes, I did. Yes. Yes, indeed. I heard over half of the court was butchered before her very eyes when she was only a child. It must have been unbearable. I can understand why she went mad. Stroke, even now, everyone only seeks to use her for their own benefit. My lady. The poor thing. Such a sweet child. Her features seems to be very beautiful, especially the color of her eyes. She just needs a little fattening up, that's all. The color of her eyes. When did she see all that? It's near impossible to see her face, with all the hair that's always covering it. Turn. Come to think of it, the eyes look a little like. Flinch, wait. Could it be? Raise, that the Princess Misa, we must cut your nails a little. And let's brush your hair, too. Oh, reminds Lady Cladinae of her own. She's with mother? Yes. She's been with Lady Cladinae all morning today. I see. Step, no, my lady. Please, allow me. Step, you shouldn't have to cut her toenails yourself. No. I've done it this far anyway. But my lady. Besides, the sudden change might startle Misa. But. What are you doing? Oh. Hello, Aerik. What is this? The moment I entered the room, I became at a loss for words. I was just about to cut Misa's toenails. Awkward, I thought it might make it easier for her to walk. Mother wanted to cut Misa's toenails. Herself. She may occasionally show some pity for someone, she would never go so far as to shower them with such affectionate care. She was utterly cold and rational even towards her own son. But that adoring, tender look on her face. It was the look that often appeared on her face, back when her one exception, my sister Rosie, used to be alive. If mother was projecting her young daughter Rosie onto the princess, then, give me the scissors, mother. Allow me. There's no need to know. I'll do it. Grab then, would it really be all right to allow mother to continue with this fantasy? I couldn't help but worry about what mother's affection might bring. Especially since I couldn't stop thinking about how mother was like on Rosie's final days. But even so, would it be right of me to stop her? Snip. Snip, thank goodness Her Highness is staying still. Tickle, growl, huh? Scowl, ah. Why is she? Humph, feels kinda weird, super annoyed, that look on her face can't be good. Glance, W8. FWIP. Quiet, few. Sigh, what was that just now? Nom nom oh. Her Highness seemed to be uncomfortable, so. I remembered she quieted down earlier when we gave her something sweet to eat. Already went through a tantrum once, it seems Her Highness is fond of sweets. Oh, I see. Ha ha ha, mother? Look at how Misa eats. It's as if she's a little chipmunk, isn't it? Yes. Still, we're lucky Her Highness likes sweet things. It's wonderful to see her eating so well. I don't understand. Make sure to chew thoroughly, my lady. Don't just swallow the food whole. Oh, trickle, how on earth did the princess remind mother of Rosie? MMPH. Rub, all they have in common is that they share a similar eye color. But in that case, Aerik's eyes are blue as well. Stare, PEFT. Yet mother has never shown him any kind of special preference. How strange. Knock, apologies, young master. Preparing the quail took longer than expected. You may leave it on the table and go. Yes, young master. Clunk, come to think of it, the princess seems to have become a lot more docile after we started eating alone. She may still require a little taking care of, but it's not really that tremble nh. Oh, clench you, What is it? Are you not feeling well? ehhh. Flail thrash. What? Swish swish, is it the roasted quail, my lady? Would you like me to take it away? Groan, I'll have it removed this instant. But the maid said she'd eat anything. Take this dish back to the kitchens. Slam. What was that? Has she ever gotten sick from eating quail or something?